Name 3 worst restaurants for a first date.
I mean, can you imagine going to the going to the Skeezers on your first night? Like, hey, there's a well, this would have been a few years ago now, but at least in the town I'm at, we had a Kmart. Be like, hey, we go on a little date tonight. Drive her to the Kmart. Go to the cafeteria style Little Caesars. Be like, get whatever you want, babe.
And you know what? When we're done, we'll peruse the store. If I really like you, you can put something on layaway.
Well, we could look at the clearance aisle if you want to buy something right now, but
I'll put
that
it on layaway
Kathy
because
Ireland outfit, it's gonna have to go on layaway.
You're gonna have to earn this.
I don't mean just eating a crazy bread in one bite.
All right.
Here we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wake Up with the Sleeper Boys podcast. I am one of your hosts, Bill, and along with me are my brothers and friends, brother and friend, Eddie. Dean is not here this week for the first time in Wake Up history. He is on assignment.
Can't wait to hear what that assignment comes back as.
Yes, I'm sure. It's very, very intricate. It'll be one of the greatest theories ever known to man.
It's a great theory.
The best theory.
One of the greats. He's investigating personally.
So Eddie and I are holding the fort down this week. Eddie, what do you got for them sleepy heads?
What do I got? I mean, I'm out there living it up, man. I mean, just partying like crazy. I mean, not really. I'm coaching a daughter's softball team, going to work, all that stuff. I kind of wanted to go back to last week where we had talked about worst sounds to hear in a bathroom. And like it made me think of a situation because of what was going on that night also. Like, it'd be terrible for you to be alone in the bathroom. You just sat down, you just started going, and the tornado warning goes off in your building, and the tornado shelter is also in the bathroom. So you're in there, you just start going, and everyone is filing into the bathroom. First they all smell it. Yeah, just letting it have it. And then you got to flush and walk out of the stall with everybody standing out there. I only thought about that because, obviously you had the tornado stuff going on. And I remember at my last job, the tornado shelter was the bathroom.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, dude, how bad was that? You just start going, and then everybody files in. And you gotta walk. I'll be like, oh,
just say the old belt.
Hear the jingling of the belt buckle. I gotta wash my hands here, guys. Make a little space.
Yeah, it's just one of those.
Somebody was in here before me. It was probably Steve. Dude,
it's just
Steve,
one of those days where you just have way too much air in your stomach.
Oh man. I never, on a completely side note that I wasn't planning to talk about, I never thought, I'll be 38 this year. The different amount of times in the last couple years where I've had to buy gas medicine from the store. Like, I just never really thought about, I'm just like, man, something's going on here. And I'm like, I'm just that gassy. And it's just it's not working. Like, your body's not letting the gas go. I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. But I did see a story. This guy out in California, Michael Duarte, he'd been away from home for a few days, returned on Saturday to find someone had broken into his little Echo Park, California home. Duarte said he could see through a glass door in the back of his home that the kitchen had been ransacked, At first, he thought a wild animal had made its way inside and damaged things, but a broken glass panel next to the doorknob indicated a break-in. When Duarte made his way to the front door, he said that he noticed another glass panel had been broken, and in the distance, he noticed something peculiar. It was a naked man sleeping on his bed. He and a friend, yeah, exactly. He called the cops, and as the man was being led away in handcuffs, that naked guy threatened to kill him and his friend. Duarte found that the man had ate a box of ice cream sandwiches, a thing of Dole Whip, a whole box of Beyond Beef burgers that he stuffed in the microwave and heated. Then the man also found Duarte's stash of chewing gum, yeah, which was a fresh pack, he said, with 60 inside unopened. He opened it up, chewed all of them, then spit a big wad of gum about the size of a softball out onto the floor. On the back patio, he said the man used a statue to kill a possum and found bags containing what he suspects were drugs. I'm like, man, can you imagine? I can't remember if you had a break-in experience before.
No.
You hadn't?
I don't think so.
I thought maybe you had. I couldn't remember, so I was trying to get that story out of you, but I just can't imagine. I mean, one, you come home and you're like, oh no, like somebody's broken in. And then you see the naked man sleeping on your bed, you're like, hell yeah. And then but then you notice it was probably just some random homeless guy who,
right.
I mean, I'm guessing. I mean, I haven't looked up any.
He killed a possum with a statue.
Yeah, dude, that's a homeless thing to do.
That's so homeless.
That is so homeless. Not to be offensive to the homeless population out there, but who probably have phones and can watch the episode. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, yeah, dude, that's funny because that really is. That's how you would assume out of all the things that happened that's probably a homeless person when they killed a possum. Also, the homeless person of the animal kingdom was killed by a statue the guy had in the back patio. I just thought that was crazy.
And then the guy threatened to kill the guy that owns the house
with the same statue.
It's crazy.
See what into that possum? You're next. He turns into Bill Goldberg right then. You're next. I just thought that was pretty crazy because like the lead into the story when I heard it was, a man finds peculiar person in their home and it's just a naked dude sleeping on your bed. That would be terrible too because would you get new sheets or would you feel good washing them?
Oof. I mean, did those burgers that he microwaved make its way out, or those are not gonna sit very well?
The Beyond?
Yeah.
I've never had one.
I mean, can you just microwave them and call it a day?
The way that they wrote the story, it sounded like the dude had microwaved the whole pack at once. That can't be good for you, whether it's vegan or not, to eat the whole stack.
He's like, I got about 2 hour stops. Let's start eating some burgers.
I mean, dude was having the time of his life in there. I mean, why not? But I mean, obviously the guy didn't feel too in the wrong. I mean, he threatened to kill the other guys.
Right. I'll be back.
That's pretty emboldened, isn't it? I mean, to be the one who did all that, found you're sleeping naked on somebody's bed, you ate all their stuff, you killed something on their back porch, and you're like, you're gonna die. Like,
right.
How are you so emboldened by this situation where it's like they're the problem? Like,
well, yeah,
dude, you're the issue here. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, and then on top of that, now the homeowner, El Duarte, what was his name? Duarte?
Michael Duarte? I mean, it was Duarte. So Duarte.
Duarte. Mr. Duarte is fearing for his life now that the homeless guy is going to be coming back.
Yeah. It's like, dude, all he did was go on a trip and come home. And like, now you're going to die? Like, dude, I didn't break into my house.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. I don't know. So you've never had a break-in thing?
Not that I remember.
I thought you did back in Battle Creek, but I was wrong. I haven't that I can remember. I remember thinking it a couple times, but
if you've been broken into, let us know in the comments how that went.
Like, yeah, how'd it go?
Yeah.
The house got broken into, asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
My stuff got stolen. We never found the guy.
Well, my week is about my week's about the same as
really
the 20 people, 30 people that watched the big announcement episode. Really was farming for those views, didn't come in. I'm just sharing my personal life on this platform.
Well,
no
you got
one
something
cares.
else? You got something else?
Yeah. So if you're a first time listener or first time watcher, for one, subscribe. Two, like this episode, please.
It's so easy.
Yeah. Yep. Or downvote it. It doesn't matter. But I had announced that I was having a kid. I am excited, and even more excited. And Dean, too bad Dean couldn't be on here for this. He'll have to find out via the pod that we are having a boy.
Oh, hey!
Yes.
Charles Sleeper.
Charles Sleeper. Charles' son, Charlie.
A boy.
Yes, a boy.
Dude, a boy. Congrats. That's amazing. A boy and a girl.
Yep. And that'll be it.
Well, yeah, that's got to be it for you, huh? You old dog.
Yeah. The old dog still got it, Ruda.
Well, I can say, did you think you were going to have a girl?
So at the beginning, I was like, it's going to be a girl. I just know it was a girl. And even like a couple days leading up to it, I was like, I kept saying her or she. And I'm like, oh crap, it's going to be a girl. And then, which I'm fine with, by the way. If I had another girl, that's fine. I didn't, when I say, oh crap, but like, you want a boy in some sense.
Sure.
But like the last day before we found out and the day of, I don't know why. I was just like, it's going to be a boy. And I was one of the only ones that thought it was going to be a boy. A lot of other people thought it was going to be a girl. Yeah. So.
Dude, that's amazing. I mean, I had a girl, and I thought when, my wife at the time was pregnant that we were going to have another girl too. I didn't have that, the intuition that you had that there would be a boy coming. But then I found out, it was going to be a boy. And so I'd been so used to, and I would say, you need the just as a little tip, because you've only done girl stuff. I was actually just telling my younger son, this the other day, about his first day alive, and how I messed it up a little bit. He obviously didn't remember, but I was so used to doing diaper changes with the girl and all this other stuff. And his first day alive, I'm changing his diaper after he had pooped in his diaper. I lifted his legs up to wipe his butt, and he started peeing, and I made him pee all over his face. His first day out into the world, I made him pee on his face because I lifted up his legs to wipe his butt. With a girl, you wouldn't even think about it.
Right.
But obviously it shot back into him. And so, just for your own sake, so you don't make your son piss on his face his first day in the world, throw a wet wipe on top of it before you change the poop. And it'd be good to go.
It's a good call.
And I did that every time up until that wouldn't potentially happen again. You just have to use one extra wet wipe. And it prevents him pissing on his face, him peeing on himself at all, or, on you.
Fair enough. I appreciate that tip.
Yeah, dude. It's
I have to learn how to change a diaper again.
Well, you got
it's like riding a bike, right?
It is, man. It is. You love it every time. It's fun.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
no, it's
Can't
none of
wait.
that. It's none of that. It's changing a diaper. But yeah,
Right.
you're. I mean, it's exactly how you remember.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
How's your daughter
yep.
feel about it?
She
That
wasn't
it's a boy.
happy.
She was over for her sister.
Yeah, we went with someone finding out, and they made a cupcake for us. And Charlie, we went over there. Charlie was all decked out in pink, had a pink sweater, pink shirt, pink socks, pink headband. Everything was pink, and she bit into it. And she just looks at it, and she looks at me, and looks at Kate, and she was fine at first, and then uh, she just started crying.
Oh,
Yeah. So, and a lot of it is because, and I felt bad at the time because her and we went down to the baseball field the day before to just kind of hit and throw and, let her get some energy out. And she was saying, I can't wait to give her my glove and she can use my helmet and all this stuff. And she was like really super excited to be like to have like a little mini her essentially.
yeah.
And so that's why she was upset. But she's come around, and it is what it is. So we are excited, very happy. Kate's very happy, and it's a boy.
I mean, it is great. Little boys are great. Little boys are great. Little girls are great. But I mean, you'll see the difference, and you'll appreciate your daughter more. But little boys are awesome, and she will definitely enjoy having a little brother, especially I think with that kind of age gap too, to where they
Right.
can always have their own thing.
Right.
Um, I think it'll be good. It's congrats, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Well, let's get into this week's segment by you, Ed. I feel weird when I say build your big three because that's kind of your thing. And so now on to your segment, Ed. What is it?
Well, this week, as always, we're doing a build your big three worst foods to eat in bed edition. For those who don't know, build your big three is a snake style draft where we draft up 1, 2, 3, then draft back down 3, 2, 1 until we build our big three. And this week we're building our big three worst foods to eat in bed. Obviously, we don't have three of us here, but we can still pick three apiece. I'm gonna let Bill have the first pick on this, and then it'll be myself. Bill, worst foods to eat in bed. Round one, pick one. You're on the clock.
So many good choices.
I mean, they're all available.
I'm gonna go with they're easy to eat, but let's face it, unless you're very careful about how you eat these, it's gonna be a mess. And that's potato chips.
Potato chips.
Yeah, crumbs everywhere. Then you're sleeping on the crumbs, or you have to wipe them off the bed. They're always there. Trust me. I know. Once you eat 2 cans of Pringles in one sitting, because once you pop, you can't stop. You tend to get quite a few crummies on the old bed, and they hurt.
I feel like you're attacking a lot of people. I feel like that's probably one that people do bring to bed, but I don't disagree. That's probably also one of the crazy things. Not crazy, but because it's so regular, that it's probably something people should know
Wait,
not to
is
bring
it
to bed.
great? I thought it was big 3 things not to eat in bed.
Is that what I said?
I don't know. Is it craziest things to eat in bed?
I'm trying to look at. No. Foods that should not be eaten in bed.
There we go. Chips.
Tater chips.
Should not be eating them in bed.
Right
Toilet,
off.
perfectly okay.
Right off the rip. Actually, there's so many options to choose from here. I'm gonna go with crunchy tacos. Hard shell tacos is what I'll say. I mean, it's got the same disastrous situation as the potato chips with the hard shell taco, with all the filling that could shoot out. And you know, the bottom of them hard shell tacos are just not, they're not stable. They're not stable for something like that. I mean, there's gonna be a mess.
One squeeze and
One squeeze. I mean, honestly, one bite and you know the bottom's starting to crack. I mean, every time. So I'm gonna go hard shell tacos right off the top. My next pick is a little tougher. I'm gonna go with cereal with milk. I mean, one wrong move, you know, and you're doused in milk and cereal. It's absolutely disgusting. And I think a bad decision in general.
Yeah,
because it's so easy to mess it up. Every spoon is a disaster situation, potentially on your shirt, on the bed. Either way, it's bad.
right.
So I'm gonna go cereal with milk.
All right, I'm gonna go with ribs.
Ribs, yeah.
Oh, don't have a napkin.
You get into bed with your bib, and Kate's like, "What? Just having a little plate of ribs here before I shut her down."
I got a full rack I need to take down real quick. And
I mean, fair enough.
And we'll go crab legs.
Crab legs?
Crab legs. Whether you're cracking the shell or dipping that bad boy in butter, because I mean, why are you eating just regular crab
I mean,
legs?
come on, you gotta have the cup of butter. Even in bed. I mean, what are you doing? If you're gonna bring the crab legs to bed, you might as well bring the cup of butter.
Just snapping legs.
Oh man. I mean, for sure.
Do you want one? Look at this big piece of meat.
You want one of these? You want one of these bad boys? I'm gonna. I mean, I'll go with ramen. Ramen,
hot ramen,
steaming hot broth. You know, it's kind of like cereal except hot instead of cold. Like if it gets on you, it's gonna be bad. If it gets on the bed, it's gonna be bad. Every time I've eaten ramen or a noodle dish like that, I'm usually over the bowl or the cup. You got to do. If you're gonna have a snack in bed and you're choosing ramen, I mean, you're probably a psychopath anyway. But the situation, because unless you're just one of those, yeah.
Someone's watching us on TV. They're just eating ramen.
They're already eating ramen right now in bed. Hey, I'm not a psycho. as the stuff's the broth's dribbling onto their shirt, onto their sheets. Like, no, you are. Trust me.
But we appreciate you watching.
Hey, man, I'll take a thumbs up on that. Let me know in the comment section why you're not a psychopath. All right. I'll go in ramen. And that's, yeah, I mean, that's only a disaster zone. So, Bill, I'll let you think of some honorable mentions while I'm going through the big threes here. I'll start with yours because you had the first pick. Bill had potato chips, ribs, and crab legs. I had hard shell tacos, cereal with milk, and ramen. Bill, you got any honorable mentions you want to throw in there?
Yeah, sloppy joes.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the name alone ought to prevent you, right? From taking it to bed. You know, I'm gonna take these 4 sloppy joes to bed tonight. I don't know.
Some hot wings with blue cheese.
Sure, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, the blue cheese smells like bad socks.
You don't want blue cheese on the bed.
And beef stroganoff.
Sure. I liked corn on the cob as a good one. Yeah, there's a lot of munching. Yeah, I mean, there's shards flying everywhere. Nachos, obviously, but I kind of stood away from that because of the chips that you went with. Powdered donuts, obviously. But yeah, no, great big 3.
Yes, that was a great big 3. So if you have followed us for a while, you know that Dean has a segment that I'm sure most of who are watching or listening look forward to. So we're not going to deprive you of that because this week is going to be Bill's conspiracy theory of the week. Oh, yeah. Admittedly, I looked up. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. I kind of chat GPT'd it and then did a little Google search and YouTube and came up with a pretty good one, but it's not as good as getting to a website and finding hella deals. And that site, especially if you're a golfer, is secondhandbirdies.com. They are the official sponsor of the Wake Up podcast, handling all your golf club needs without breaking the bank. They are a family owned business who specializes in taking any and all golf gear and clubs and refurbishing them back to their old glory, while also including club head covers and possibly a bag or two if you're looking at the right time, which are marked on the site with a quality club rating from 1 to 5, 5 being almost brand new, to 1 being nothing special but will get the job done. This ensures an easy and pleasant shopping experience, knowing exactly what you are going to get, while also providing great customer service and also quick delivery so you can get to swinging as soon as possible. They also offer golf club cleaning services for those of us that don't have the time to do it, or like myself or Dean, are just too lazy to do it ourselves. And with the Wake Up Podcast promo, you will get 10% off all purchases for using the promo code Wake Up Podcast in all lowercase letters. All clubs are already at a discounted price, but if you subscribe to their email newsletter, you'll now get an additional 15% off your very first purchase. And on top of that, if you use the promo code Wake Up Podcast, again, all small letters, you'll receive 10% off all purchases after that, which makes an already great deal even better. Inventory moves fast, so don't wait too long. Get to secondhandbirdies.com, subscribe to the email newsletter, get your 15% off your first purchase, get your 10% off every purchase after that using the code Wake Up Podcast, and get to swinging as soon as possible. Find quality clubs for less. Go to secondhandbirdies.com. How's that club working out for you?
Love it. Love it. It's like a brand new club. I mean, I've liked it. Again, it was a 7-iron and it came beautiful. I mean, honestly, and I've used it and I enjoy it more than the 7-iron that came with my set. So I'm really and actually a customer, and I've enjoyed the club that I got from secondhandbirdies.com. No joke.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So here is a conspiracy theory for you. Little out there, but found it interesting. So I was looking for, once we found out Dean wasn't going to be on, I was trying to find a conspiracy theory and came across this one that's kind of ridiculous, but also weirdly believable. The idea is that theme parks like Disney, Universal, even Six Flags are built on ley lines. Those are supposed energy lines that run through the earth. Now, I did a little research on ley lines real quick before we keep going. If you've never heard of them, they're this idea that they're an invisible energy lines running across the earth, kind of like spiritual highways. People who believe in them say that ancient structures like the pyramids, Stonehenge, or even Machu Picchu were all built right on these lines because they're supposed to have strong energy or power spots. It's kind of like saying the earth has acupuncture points and these lines are what connect them. Now, obviously, science doesn't back that up. But
What?
yeah, crazy, right? Conspiracy theorists,
Science is lying to you, bro.
they conspiracy theorists love it from the examples that I saw. So they also think that if you build things on top of ley lines like cities, buildings, or in this case, theme parks, you can tap into emotional or spiritual energy and use it for whatever. Um, whether it's, like, I don't know, like control or like the CERN device or whatever the case may be. So, um, I thought that was crazy. I have never heard of ley lines in my life. So I don't know if you have.
No, not once. Right now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's crazy. So, um, the idea, like I said, were theme parks like Disney, Six Flags. They built these theme parks on ley lines. Um, and the theory goes that these parks aren't just random fun zones, but they're intentionally built to absorb the energy of all the chaos happening inside of them. So, like, you got thousands of kids that are all jacked up on sugar and excitement, screaming, laughing, losing their minds. And to them, supposedly, as the conspiracy goes, is that that's a way to harvest like emotional energy through these ley lines. And it's not just the kids, it's adults too, because you stress over everything. Like, if for me, like when I go to Disney, like a lot of the rides are like nostalgia, like Peter Pan, you know what I mean, like those types of
Mhm.
things. um and people just are on edge the entire time. So, if there was a way to harvest pure emotional energy, that's where obviously you would do it. Um, so, the layout of the parks, and when I was reading this, it all makes, in the realm of this conspiracy, makes sense if this is why they do it. But like the layout of the parks are designed to keep people trapped like in loops. So like you're just walking a circle. Um, like for example, like Magic Kingdom for me, it's like five different lands, but it's all in a circle. You could just keep going in circles all, you know what I mean? You could just
Mhm.
go
Yeah.
all day long. Um, and then like there's also constant music, timed shows, like they have parades, things like that, long lines that mess with your sense of time. Some people think it's all by design to keep everyone emotionally charged. The rides, some people think the looping motions and light patterns are part of syncing people up, like turning us into one big emotional generator. The kids, their highs, their lows, obviously are extreme when you're there. Um, the kids that have the meltdown and like they're then like 5 minutes later they're happy. Um, to the conspiracy, that's like energy. That's the energy that these people are looking for. Um, and the best part about that is they say the fireworks or like the shows that they have at the end are like a release valve. So like all the energy that's been built up during the day just gets discharged into this massive ritual, like, light show, whether it's a drone show, fireworks, whatever the case may be. Um, but and then it asks if you've ever left a theme park feeling like your soul was drained. Maybe it was. Um, Next time you're at Disneyland, just maybe take a look around and say, "Where's all this energy going?" You know what I'm saying? But the thing is,
What does the energy do?
well, okay, so I looked that up too. So, like for example, um, I was like, well, why would they release the energy at night, right? Like, why are you harvesting all this energy just to release it during this fireworks show? And what is said is that the theory is that's the harvesting. So like the fireworks, the music, the emotional guy that's talking, getting into your feels. Um, it's just one perfectly timed moment. It's all part of one big ritualized release. So like they spend the entire day charging all these people up, like the kids, adults, everyone, and at the end they trigger a synchronized emotional climax. So like the first firework goes up and everyone's like, ooh, it's an emotion. So, and it's like what they said was it was like finishing a circuit, like an electrical circuit. So you don't get the energy until you close that loop, and that's why they funnel everyone into this whole like last end of the day finale. It's not just for show, it's for collection. So supposedly that release, the awe, tears, things like that, is the exact moment it all gets absorbed, and people think it's spiritual, others say it's psychological branding, which is crazy when you think about it, because they really do funnel all these people into like mostly one spot, right? If you want to watch this thing,
Yeah.
you got to be in the certain spot. Um, as far as the energy, I did look that up too, and it says, well, why are they harvesting all this energy? What are they doing with it? And one side thing seems to think it's all about corporate power. So like emotional energy is a form of currency. The more emotion they can stir up, the more loyal you are to the experience. Likely you'll spend more money, you'll keep coming back, you'll pass it down to your kids, hence Disney. It's not just nostalgia, it's emotional imprinting. You're not just having a good time, you're getting emotionally programmed, and that they're using that energy to build brand loyalty for life. But
Sure.
then there's the other side of it where it gets super weird, that the theory is that emotional energy, especially from kids, this is the crazy part, is literally being harvested by something bigger, like some kind of higher dimensional force or entity that feeds on emotion. So, and like these parks, especially the ones that are built on those ley lines, they're designed to farm it. So the fear, excitement, overstimulation, it's all fuel for this energy. And the fireworks aren't just a send off, they're a ritual release point, and whatever's collecting that energy, that's when it gets it. So whether it's corporate manipulation, which I tend to side with that than the other one, um, or Mickey Mouse is a middleman for interdimensional
Yeah.
energy demons.
Could be. I mean, you never know. I mean, honestly, we'll never know, right?
Right.
I instantly my mind goes to just the commercial value of doing it the way they do it and the emotional manipulation that they want to incur on anybody who goes into the park anyway, because that does create lifelong visitors. It does create repeat visitors. You go through this whole experience with your child or whoever for the day, and there are extreme highs and very extreme lows. And then you're exhausted. You get to the end of the day, and they show you this beautiful show
Right.
that you all watch together and you love. And you're like, man. So the lasting impression is, man, that was all just very worth it.
Yeah.
And you want that again. That's a natural human thing. You want that again. I want
Right.
that feeling again. Like you let go of all the parts of the day that you're like, I effing hate this. Why are we here? I hate these people. This isn't worth it. This is so expensive. This is all the things that piss you off about it are gone at the very end because it was a magical moment
Right.
ish with and honestly, I don't know if it would be that magical if it was the first thing you saw. If you
No.
got to the park and they did the fireworks show for everybody and then you got to go on with your day, there would be so many less repeat visitors. And this is just me spitballing off of just what you said. I had never thought about this before or not a planned speech about it. But when you think about it, it's like, yeah, well, yeah, that makes complete sense. Or they're demon farming your energy, which honestly, if I found out that was true, I wouldn't even be surprised.
Right.
Because you're
Right.
like, dude, there's so many crazy things that could be out there in the universe and in the world that, like, how could we ever really know? But
Well,
anyway,
and if it's the thing is, if it's on that corporate side, that's not really a conspiracy theory. That's what they're trying to do.
yes, yeah,
That's how they make their money,
yeah, exactly.
you know.
Mhm.
But again, I raise my hand up to it. Taking Charlie to Disney, the couple times that we have, um, we're always they call it they call it like Disney blues or whatever when you get back, and you just want to actually be there again, and you want to like all the things that go with it, the theming and the lights and and if you do it the right way, it's actually a real enjoyable experience. So, and then again, you have the whole fireworks show at night, and they try to get you in your feels, and and those fireworks shows are got to be a million, couple million a night, every night, 7 days a week.
Well, the fireworks are the capstone of
Right,
the day, right? That's the final flourish of remember why you loved this,
right,
remember why you enjoyed, remember, like, and if you didn't remember, you still get that burst. And I'm saying that as somebody who's never even been. I'm
yeah.
just going off of what I assume.
Oh,
And there's nothing wrong with people who go and want to go and they have a great time, obviously. Like that's awesome. That's awesome. But when we're talking about it in this context, it's like, well, sure. They're aiming for that. Which they
right,
should be.
right,
Also, like they should be aiming for one to have you come back
right,
because that's how they make the money. And two, that you have a great time because that'll make you want to come back. You want to leave with a lasting feeling that was like that was a great day. That's what makes people go back to not Tiger, Comerica Park or whatever. Like you saw something that you really enjoyed and you
right,
had a great time. It's the experience around everything that's happening. Yeah. Anyway.
right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, no, and I just feel so energy drained at the end of the day. And I think to myself, "Are these demons
They
taking my
are.
energy?
They are.
It's Illuminati."
It is.
Hmm. I don't know. You be the judge. Yeah. Oh, what's that? My believability scale? 10 out of 10.
Walt's alive, baby. He's just frozen.
He's just sleeping. So that is Bill's conspiracy theory of the week. Let's double up the fun with Bill's Balls Games.
All the action tonight, huh?
Yeah, Bill's Balls Games, Bill's conspiracy theory of the week. Should have been a Big Three.
You're burning it up right now, man.
So the game we're gonna play I don't know if you call it a game, but what we're gonna do, and it's just gonna be a quick game, is name 3 but make it awful. So I'm just gonna give you like a basic category.
Okay.
And you have to name 3 of the worst possible things that fit it.
All right.
Okay.
I'll try. Yeah, I'll give it a go.
All right.
How
Simple.
are we gonna do this for you?
This is just for you.
Oh wow, it's all for me, huh?
All for you.
Well,
All
let me
right.
hear the subject. Maybe I can come up with one quick for you after.
Name 3 worst restaurants for a first date.
For a first date. Little Caesars. Does that count?
It sure does.
Burger King, which I do love Burger King.
King?
The King ain't gonna make the cut. And gosh, that's tough. Maybe IHOP. Those would be bad.
I'd go with I can just answer too.
Yeah.
Let's go with a hospital cafeteria.
Oof, sure.
Yeah. Did I say restaurants? Is it restaurants? Yeah. Waffle House. And I'd say probably Qdoba or Chipotle.
Especially if you're gonna go back later.
Exactly. It's exactly what my thinking was for that.
Oh, I mean, can you imagine going to the going to the Skeezers on your first night? Like, hey, there's a well, this would have been a few years ago now, but at least in the town I'm at, we had a Kmart. Be like, hey, we go on a little date tonight. Drive her to the Kmart. Go to the cafeteria style Little Caesars. Be like, get whatever you want, babe.
And you know what? When we're done, we'll peruse the store. If I really like you, you can put something on layaway.
Well, we could look at the clearance aisle if you want to buy something right now, but
I'll put
that
it on layaway
Kathy
because
Ireland outfit, it's gonna have to go on layaway.
You're gonna have to earn this.
I don't mean just eating a crazy bread in one bite.
All right.
Jeez.
Name 3 things that would ruin a funeral instantly.
Clapping. A cake with sparkly candles and not having a priest there or a pastor.
Let's see. That's a tough one. Bad jokes would be one. Let's see. A dance routine would probably wouldn't help.
An uncalled for dance routine.
Yeah, uncalled for dance routine.
He wasn't a dancer or anything. The first that died, they didn't dance. They hated me. You're just like, there's something I wanted to do for Gerald here. Tim, Aaron, Kyle, come on up. We've been
sure, do you have something to say? Like, yeah, with my feet. And I don't know. Karaoke machine. Like, who's up
How
next?
do I
sing? I have a number I need to get off my chest.
You just sing that one. The next one, I'm blue, da ba dee da. Like, why?
Oh man. That's great.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Oh
Please.
man. Okay.
Thriller.
Get him up. Get him up.
Somebody, I just seen a meme where somebody had said, "Do you think Michael Jackson looks like how he looked in Thriller by now?"
Oh no.
And then they said too soon. I'm like,
Oh
man, well,
man. That's
that's
hilarious.
terrible. Yeah.
Let's see. Do one more here. At least one more. Name the 3 worst things to hear during massage.
During massage. Are you erect? I thought I had enough oil. Lower, and it's a male.
Let's see.
Yes.
Please keep the towel on.
Yeah. Oh, I heard this was towelless.
I had a weird infection on my hands a week ago.
Sir, we don't do that.
Yeah. That was a terrible thing to hear at massage. What do you mean you don't do shoulder massages, right?
Yeah, exactly. My shoulder blades need extra work.
All right, last one.
All right.
Let's do I'll obviously edit this out.
You can go first on this one too if you
want. Okay, here we go. Name 3 things you don't want to wake up holding.
Do you want to go first?
No, it's fine.
I mean, a penis.
What?
Of course. I mean,
what? Number 1?
Yeah, as
really?
a straight male, that would be the worst thing I could wake up imagining just holding. Well, okay, in a relative sense, without going dark and twisted.
Daddy wants to hold a little hot dog.
I don't know. I mean, what I'm like, I guess I stopped at penis. I'm trying to think, like other things that would be terrible to wake up holding. Another your buddy's hand. You guys were not planning on. Your underwear, and it. Like you didn't know. You woke up and you have your underwear. Like you just be like, why? Why am I doing that? I don't know. Or somebody else's. I guess another pair of underwear that was not yours. And I guess also male.
Yeah.
Like, these Hanes briefs are not mine, and I'm holding them tightly.
These are not it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would say probably a dookie.
Oh yeah,
a solid dookie. A male's movie.
Just holding it.
Like, what is going on? What the hell is even that?
Huh. I must have done this for a reason last night. I mean, to have it that purposefully over the moob.
And potato chips.
A callback to earlier. Huh?
Yep. Yeah, potato chips because all the crumbs would be on me.
I mean, for sure.
So Well, that was a little different from regular Bills Balls games, but enjoyable nonetheless.
Loved it. Get put on the spot.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode. If you enjoyed today's episodic adventure,
There you
go. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want, I don't know why I go that slow. If you want, comment your big 3 foods you don't want to eat in bed. Let us know how you did during Bills Balls games. And do you think Disney is using your energy to manifest their own sick ventures?
Are they?
They might be.
Maybe. How many people go there? And then they they have Disneyland too.
Disney Paris, Disney Tokyo.
Dude, they're collecting that energy everywhere.
Everywhere. Good on them.
Sure. It's working.
I need to find one of these ley lines, to be completely honest. I could use
I could use a little burst. Give me some of that kid energy.
Yeah.
Does that work? Hey, you got a freaking snack pack or something?
No kidding. Throw me a bone here. So, all right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for listening. If you're listening on Spotify or iHeart, Amazon, whatever the case may be, thank you. And Dean should be back next week for his crazy conspiracy that he's working on as we speak. Investigative reporter Dean coming back from assignment. So everyone have a great week, and we will see you next time on Wake Up with the Sleepy Boys podcast.